Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. It's time for our Monday night Q&A. This is your chance to ask any questions that you have, saving money, couponing, whatever your questions are. I will try my hardest to answer them. It's also a fun time for us to cover a specific topic each week. So I always bring a random one, and I know a lot of folks ask specifically for individual stores, so we're going to go there starting next week. But today is May 1st, so it makes for a fun one to talk about what to buy in May. And when we say May, I really want you to think the summer, because we are officially in summer season as of today. You may not feel it. I know for us, it rained a good portion of the day for a lot of the South, but welcome to summer, because in shopping mode, it is summer season, and that is a fun place to be. We see a ton of deals that are going to run all of May, June, July, and will actually end in July. So you want to kind of grab those items when you can during that 3-month window. So that's what we're going to talk a lot about tonight, but we'll also go wherever your questions are. So if this is your first time joining in, you ask your questions straight in the comments. I will try to catch them and then answer them. So sometimes we will jump back and forth from comments to our topic, back into comments. It just keeps us going, keeps us hopping. But that's our plan for tonight. So you leave your questions in the comments. I will see them, and we'll try to get to everything as we go through. So as we jump into things, I do want to, housekeeping, I guess. If I were to fall off of Facebook or YouTube, I am in 2 different places for our Monday night Q&A. So you can always hop over to Southern Savers, the main Southern Savers site, and watch straight on the site. Or for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can always pop over and watch directly off of the Southern Savers Facebook page. They run on 2 internets for us, so it kind of gives us a backup just in case. Because as I mentioned, it's been rainy all day today. I know Aaron's saying it's been rainy for them too, pretty much the whole South. Well, we live in the country, and when it's rainy, that means that our internet kind of stinks. So if I do disappear, we're going to blame it on the rain and not sing a song while we do that. But just so we know. So I've got a lot of questions specifically that are coupons.com. We're going to go there first because it fits in with May. It is the first of the month. And with the first of the month, we see a ton of new coupons. And Dale Marie is saying, I noticed that coupons.com doesn't have a lot of food items right now. Will they be adding more? So guess what? The first of the month is when they add more. And it's kind of a bummer. They don't have a ton of food right now. They haven't really for the past few months either. Their biggest brand for food is General Mills. And General Mills is really tapering off what they've been putting out there for printables. We're seeing a ton of cleaning, a ton of personal care, baby, but not a lot of printables for food. Part of that is that the summer months aren't big couponing months for anything. A lot of folks kind of drop off. They get busy with their kids, and so we see the coupons tend to drop off on the amount that we get, which is a bummer. We do see some food deals. They may not be on everything that you want, but if you're up for grilling for the next 3 months, you're good to go. Dale, it's probably not what you want to eat for the next 3 months. Not a lot of food coupons right now, but still a lot of new offers. So don't listen to me say that and not go and print coupons. We had probably about 150 new offers just between yesterday and today. But honestly, you're right. Food-wise, it's maybe about 20 that are food, 130 that aren't food. So it stinks on that side. We do have a lot of other printable food coupons, though, and I would point you to the coupon database that's on Southern Savers for those specifically. So in the coupon database alone, there's about 8,000 coupons. A chunk of them are electronic for a specific store, but we still have a lot that are printable from wherever. So I would head there. The Southern Savers coupon database is right at the top of the site, just a big button, so you can't really miss it if you're brand new and you've not ever seen it before. One other question that was coupons.com related from the direct YouTube side is Josie says, can we talk about coupons.com's app with no printing? So the new coupons.com app does have kind of load to card options. They're really the ones that have been running the load to card with Walgreens and Rite Aid and all of the other stores for a long time. That's where their new app is going, except that they're really making it more like Ibotta and Checkout 51. So I can get those offers by submitting a receipt through their app. Keep in mind, coupons.com is sticklers, and if they can make a rule, they will. So those coupons are not going to work. If you use another coupon in the store on that item, you will not be able to use a coupon and submit it through the new coupons.com app. So not a lot of folks are being super early adopters on that, Josie, because I can't pair in that paper and that app offer together like I can with Checkout 51 and Ibotta and so many of the other mobile apps. So I don't know that they're going to have a huge amount of adoption with their system because they're putting in some kinks there. While we're on that topic, I do want to emphasize one other thing that I made a short video on this for Facebook folks a while ago, but with coupons.com, I know we've got a ton of new coupons that you can print today. But with coupons.com, if you haven't printed in a while, it's going to ask you to enter a phone number the first time you do this. And if you haven't done the phone number verification yet, please take my advice and verify a different device with a different phone number. What I mean by that, you're allowed to print 2 coupons per computer, per phone, per whatever you have, per tablet, but that verification that asks you for a phone number and it sends you a text message to your phone number, once I verify the laptop and the phone and the iPad, whatever you have, with the same phone number, then I'm stuck. I'm only allowed 2 coupons, period, for that account. And that's going to be a really big bummer, especially if we've got, like for me, a $3 off Huggies diapers coupon, or that $2 off Johnson & Johnson coupon that makes baby wash, baby like body wash and lotion 49 cents at Kroger this week. That's a really, really fun deal with those coupons. You're only going to be allowed to get 2 of them if you verified every single device with the same phone number. So verify your laptop with your phone number, verify your husband's laptop with his phone number. This is going to give you extra prints where you won't have that if you've done the same phone number. So big warning on that one. If you've already verified accounts and you want to kind of undo what you've done, switching web browsers is the first thing you can try. So go from Chrome to Firefox. Also clearing your cookies or your cache can help to make that pop back up so that you can re-verify your account. Okay, let's see. So Brady says, for the last couple of months, I've been barely getting any CVS coupons to load to my card or to print. The few that I am getting don't even pertain to my shopping habits. I also haven't gotten any email coupons in several months. So Brady, you're not alone on the email coupons. They have definitely kind of been really diligent for a while and then absolutely nothing. I haven't gotten anything in my email either. I'm getting regular emails, but it's more like sharing this week's deals. I don't need you to share this week's deals. I just want you to give me a coupon. That said, I have a lot that are currently in my CVS app. So I don't know, you're saying the load to card or print, so I'm guessing that you are, online and using their app. For me right now in the CVS app, I probably had about 9 today when I was typing them all up. I always go through 2 other people's accounts. One person had absolutely nothing, but they also haven't been regularly shopping there. The other person had about 7 this week. So I don't know if you haven't checked this week, maybe you've got some, but if you really have nothing this week, it might be a chance to try the old trick of a new CVS card, unlinking your account through the app, linking in a new card if you can. I don't know what's going to trigger those coupons, though, to start back up, but I do know that for some of us, we have a lot, so they do exist. It's just figuring out how to get them to trigger to your card is a conundrum right now. So in the past, what we could do, Brady, was get a new CVS card and become a new shopper. So that might be where I would point you for right now, just to see if it worked. Never hurts to try, see if it worked. So are the food coupons better out of the paper versus coupons.com? So Heidi, just to show you, this is yesterday's inserts. Yes, right now, food coupons are better out of the newspaper than printables, but the newspapers are still really going to be heavy in the summer months with personal care and cleaning. That's just kind of where they live. So summer months we see a lot of hair, like this is the front, is all Garnier. We see a lot of facial moisturizers, facial creams, sunscreens, those types of items, but we do see food as well. This past Sunday had 4 inserts, so it had 2 Red Plums, a Smart Source, and a Procter & Gamble. This coming Sunday has a number of inserts as well as we gear up for the summer months. But yes, a chunk of this is still all personal care. So I don't want you to run out and get, a ton of newspapers assuming that it's going to be all better. Just looking through this one Red Plum, there is so far in the whole Red Plum 2 of the coupons in this particular insert were food, and most is all personal care and pharmacy. So it's not entirely coupons.com's problem. It's really the time of year. We see folks go into survival mode in the summer. They're traveling a ton. They aren't stockpiling food. And we also see for food deals, not as many huge food deals as we see in the spring either. So that's part of it. Let's talk specific summer deals. So I already mentioned our baked beans, but everything along this line. Grilling is officially in and is going to stay on sale through the fall. We're going to have grilling through a chunk of football season. Not all of football season, because then we start getting into the holiday meals. But this is going to mean our baked beans, our condiments. Most of us have enough free mustard to last us a lifetime, but mustard. The other thing that's going to fall in here, your hot dogs and your grilling meats are on sale in the summer. So think about those items and stockpiling them at their best price. So hot dogs, ground beef, sometimes that even includes sausages on really great prices. But grabbing those items now, sticking them in the freezer, because we don't see them as cheap outside of summer months as we do in the summer. Beef in general in the summer is really cheap compared to other times of the year. That is not necessarily because it's grilling season, but because this is the season that cows go to market. So most cow farmers send their cows to market in mid-May to mid-June. So this is a great time of the year to get some very good prices on fresh beef, but also even store. So when I say fresh, I mean directly from the farmer. If you haven't already looked into purchasing a quarter of a cow or even a half a cow, this would be a great time to consider that too. So you want to go in with a friend on this one if you've never done it before. It's a ton of meat. You can't handle a cow by yourself, I promise. You will never know the cow or name the cow, but it is a good way to get a flat price per pound on all the meat that you're going to come home with. Just be ready that you're going to need to make those decisions within the next month. You're really right here at that season. There are some great farms that do direct sell. One place to find them is localharvest.org, and I'll stick that in for the YouTube folks. But localharvest.org has a number of farms that you can buy from. When you put in your zip code, it'll show you every farm that you can directly purchase from. And when you stick that in there, it's not just produce farms. So there are going to be some beef farms, cow farms, whatnot too. So I'll stick this in the chat for Facebook also. But localharvest.org, put in your zip code. You'll see every farm that will let you directly purchase from them so that you could find that beef at a really, really great price. But this is the time of year to get those items. It's not the time of year to grab ham. We'll see some chicken sales, but it's not really a big even chicken season, except for the grilling side. We're going to see a good price on drumsticks and thighs and things like that, but not necessarily boneless, skinless chicken breasts unless you're buying in bulk. It's beef season and grilling other types of meats to go along with that. Is it true Procter & Gamble is not going to put out Tide coupons in the paper? So Tiffany, what Procter & Gamble is doing is some markets are really no longer getting Tide coupons in the Sunday paper. You're going to have to go online to print them, and you're only allowed to print one. Someone mentioned that in the comments as well. Yes, Procter & Gamble does have a 1 coupon print limit per computer, which is very annoying. But they are still there just on that site for you to print. That said, some areas do have the Tide coupon. So you're not, it's not that they don't completely not exist. It's that some just aren't in the insert. So to give you an example, here's mine. I get mine from the Tampa area is pretty much where these came from. These are not in the insert. So you should be able to read that or kind of get the idea. They all say at the top to go to pgeveryday.com to be able to print these coupons, not available in the insert. Why they're doing that is really just to push people to their printable site. Procter & Gamble would love to not have to print this anymore, but they're going to find that it doesn't work. Because the problem with them doing this is that most folks got a nice high-value coupon for All and for Persil and for Purex and all the other brands in their newspapers just within the last 2 weeks. So if Tide's going to stop giving us coupons, easy access coupons, but other brands aren't, they're going to have to go back. It's just, it's how it's going to work. But for right now, they're only in select newspapers. Everywhere else, they're online. And don't feel alone in that. It's not just your area. It's a lot of them, but there are still some in some papers. Let's see. Oh, and Kelly, talking about coupons.com, Kelly says, it makes me enter a phone number all the time. It drives me nuts. It should be holding on to your phone number. So this is going back to the phone number verification on coupons.com if you've not done it before. If it keeps asking you to enter your phone number, it probably means that you have one of the options in your browser selected to not accept cookies. So I would go in and check that. Cookies aren't a bad thing. Cookies are a good thing on most places because they help you to stay logged in. So if you go to Southern Savers and you log in and that lets you save your shopping list, this keeps you from having to log in every single time that you come to Southern Savers because we have a cookie that says, hey, remember Kelly. This is Kelly's computer. She's been here before. That's what they're using to remember that you've already verified your account. So if it keeps triggering you to re-verify your account, that's probably the cause, is that you're not accepting cookies on your computer. So Darren says, I heard that Winn-Dixie's not going to be taking computer printed coupons soon, that it supposedly already started in Jacksonville, Florida. So Darren, for right now, I've not heard anything from them corporate-wise, and I work with their corporate PR office, but I'll be glad to reach out and ask them. I do know that they have printable coupons on the Winn-Dixie site and on the BuyLow site, so it's hard to imagine that they would offer the printable coupons on their website, but then not take them in the store. Part of that being that those printable coupons, they make money for having those on their site, so it would be very strange for them to make that revenue, but not let you use them. So it might just be 1 or 2 stores kind of having some funny new store policies or reading things incorrectly, but I don't necessarily see it coming down corporate-wide as a big, massive change for them. Is anyone else being limited? Yes, the Johnson & Johnson Brady, that coupon is a print limit of 1 per computer. This is a great example as to why to verify another computer with a different phone number. So my laptop verified with my phone number is only going to let me print 1, but if I verify my iPad with another phone number, I could get a second one. But it is just that one for right now that I know of that's a print limit, but occasionally we do see really high value coupons like that have a limit. However, if it doesn't meet its budget, they will raise it. So you might find in another week or so that you're able to print it again. That's a super high value coupon, and it makes for really great deals pretty much everywhere. So I'm not surprised that it's a limit of one. Okay, and Brandy, we already kind of hit the Procter & Gamble one. I agree, it's very frustrating that they're not putting those coupons in, but I do expect them to eventually change. Okay, Jamie has a great question. So I'm on the Southern Savers site on my laptop, pairing in coupons with sales, and I have so many coupons that aren't in the insert where it says they should be. Is it a regional thing? I'm in Augusta, and it gets frustrating. So Jamie, just as a plug for Southern Savers, I don't know if you've already done this or not, but if you have logged into the site, one of the features of the site is that you can set what newspaper you get. So when you set your newspaper under the profile, you have the option to pick from a number of newspapers, and you may find that yours isn't there. The Augusta Chronicle is one of the papers that's selected, but we don't currently have someone who is routinely sending in those inserts. So that's probably part of the reason is that is all done on volunteers. So if you're interested, you could be a routine person to send that in to us. So volunteers send us what's been in their area, and I'm looking back. It looks like we haven't had anyone routinely send in Augusta really since the end of February. So you're going to have old data, but nothing current. And I wish that it wasn't a problem, but it's hard when it is volunteers that are doing it. So folks in your area send us what was in the insert versus what wasn't, and then we can make sure that it's completely tailored to your area. We have about 40 cities that are currently in the database covered by volunteers, and most of them are covered by amazing volunteers that are every single week. We never miss a single week from them, but we all have lives too. So if you're up for taking over Augusta, or you know someone that might be, we would love the help. You can always email me, Jenny@southernsavers.com, and it's Jenny with a Y. And I can just tell you how. It's super easy, but that's what it is. So you should go under your profile, select Augusta as the paper, and then hopefully we can find a volunteer to help cover it a little bit better. Oh, and I skipped one when I jumped into yours. So Cassie says, CVS question, where is the free toothpaste? I haven't seen any in a while. Also, last week I bought three and got two products. Had 3 of the $2 off coupons, but they wouldn't let me use all 3. They only let me use 2. So CVS in some stores has been getting a little tricky with the number of manufacturers' coupons that they are taking or aren't, but that's really going to be a store-specific issue. It's not a corporate policy on any of those. So if you're having issues with your CVS store accepting or not accepting a coupon, I would kind of point you to first maybe even trying another CVS or possibly calling corporate and seeing what they have to say. And I just figured out in your texting there that it was 3 Got2b products. I was trying to figure out what in the world you were saying. It is a funny brand name. That one I might take up with corporate unless the coupon specifically said that you could only use 2 per transaction. Then they're just following the coupon's wording. Now, where's the free toothpaste? I'm with you on that. We haven't seen it in a couple weeks, but we do see it at least once a month. So don't feel like it's completely gone. We saw a lot in early April, so hopefully we'll have some more just in the next couple of weeks. There's never a shortage of toothpaste, though, I promise. We always see some good deals on it. How different are the coupons I would use in CVS in the newspaper versus the printable coupons? So newspaper versus printable, Ellen, there are a ton in the newspapers. The problem is based on where you live. So they may not all be in your newspaper. They may be in bigger cities. When we go to look just at specific coupons, though, we have probably, let me see, I'll ask the database to tell me. We currently have 2,950 printable coupons. And then when I ask it for inserts, oh, it doesn't like that one. Let's see. A fast way to find inserts. We probably have about 3,000 insert coupons total, just kind of doing a quick assessment. So there are more in the newspapers. The nice part about printables, like if you're trying to decide which way to go, is that printables, you just print what you want, versus the newspapers, you get all of this and you may not use it, and you never know. With newspapers, I would still encourage you to get them. I'm not saying, skip them completely. What I would say is that, you stick with maybe getting 1 or 2 newspapers. Don't go overboard. Don't get a ton. I say don't get a ton. I get 4 sets. So this past weekend we had 4 inserts. That means that in my mail this week I have 16 inserts. That's a lot, guys. You don't need this many for most folks. The reason that I have this many is that I have a lot of children, and they like to eat. So I've found for our family that having 4 sets comes in handy. When I have 50 cents off of a bag of rice and I'm getting the 1 pound bag because it makes them free, I would like 4 little 1 pound bags of rice. That's not going to even last us very long. It doesn't mean that I'm going to use all the coupons in these inserts. It just means that I have them. When a coupon does work really, really well for us, that I can get more of that particular offer because I have more of them. Now, I would still encourage you to stick with only getting 1 or 2 as you're first getting started, and maybe even going with your local paper for a little while, but I wouldn't skip these completely, especially not on the big Sundays. If you didn't get yesterday's, I would actually encourage you to go out and still try to find yesterday's because there are so many inserts in it. If you want to look at the preview though, every Wednesday I post the list of what's coming in Sunday's paper on Wednesday afternoons. That might be a good help too. Just look at that insert preview and kind of decide, is there anything here that I even care about? How much do I care about it? How many of these do I want to get before you decide to even get the paper? Just look at the preview and make that decision too. And Karen's pointing out one other option, Jamie. So grabbing the Sunday coupon insert site, I've noticed the coupons do match up. So with the Sunday coupon insert site, we have the full list of coupons from these because I get them. So you would put in the Tampa paper and the Atlanta paper for red plums, because that's where most of these are coming out of, is the Atlanta Evening Edge. And they're going to fully match in with your shopping list. So again, like I mentioned, some cities are covered by great volunteers and some only partial. If you're curious as to how good or bad your city is, head to the database on Southern Savers. And when you're looking at the coupon database on Southern Savers, you can actually select your newspaper right there. So from that option, I can select, the South Carolina Aiken Standard if I want, and you'll see it's a whopping 6% local. So what that means is we only have 6% of data for that area. It's not been well covered. Or I could select Greenville, it's 51% local. Kind of helps you to get an idea of how well covered a newspaper is. Select the state, it's 59%, which it's usually a little bit better. Also keep in mind that this past week had a ton of inserts and I haven't entered them all from all those cities. So you're not going to find anybody that's 100% right now because we're still waiting on 4 inserts worth of data. But that's a great way to tell what cities are well covered. And I'm glad. So Summer says that you've subscribed to the Sunday coupon inserts and you're very pleased. So yeah, if you guys are curious, that's where these come from, SundayCouponInserts.com. There are tons of folks that sell them. That's just where I order from. So you can get them from wherever you'd like. But they're a very good high value option for those of us that live in a tiny little area that doesn't get high value coupons. So hopefully that helps you guys too. Let's see. Oh, and Shanna, thanks, Shanna. So she said, about a month and a half ago, I had a hard time printing Tide coupons. I took your advice and started trying other brands that weren't Procter & Gamble, and I've saved a lot of money and have about 2 to 3 months of detergent. So yeah, If you're still completely loyal to Tide, it's time to try some other brands. We see some very good deals. All Guys is still running at Kroger. I mentioned it last Monday that it was about to start. We've got a whole nother week of it. But you can get all laundry detergent at all Kroger stores for 99 cents right now. The brand, all, not all of them. 99 cents for a bottle or a bag of their pods. That's a great price. Just ignore your Tide for a little bit and try the other brands. I promise you're going to like it. So let's talk some produce. Diana's saying, what veggies are the best to grow in the yard, easiest and most yield, so that when the summer ends, I can put them up and have them in winter. So talking produce in general, because we're talking about what to buy in May, this is the time to start, if you haven't already. We're kind of late in the summer, in the south for planting, but it is the time to get things in the ground. And Diana, I would love to give you like a specific list of everything, but I will even tell you from our personal experience, some yards are going to grow some things great, and some yards are not going to grow those same items. If I went outside and tried to plant carrots, I could dig them up in a year, and they would look like a real carrot. But if I tried to dig them up in 8 weeks, they wouldn't. We've just learned we can't grow anything below ground in our soil. It's not rich enough. What I would encourage you to do, if you haven't already ever reached out, is to check your local extension office. So every state has an extension. Ours is through Clemson in South Carolina, but there are branches in every county. And check with your extension office. They'll even do free soil tests for you, and they'll tell you a lot of great information about what grows well in your climate, where to plant things. They'll come out and give you advice as to where to plant things as well. So I would really utilize them. They're free, and let them help you with a lot of your planning. But great veggies that produce a ton with not a lot of work. So I can't tell you what's going to grow, but great veggies that produce a ton with not a lot of work. Squash and zucchini are some of the easiest out there. Beans, as long as you'll get out there and you'll pick them before they go dry. Corn can, but corn's going to need a lot of water. So if you're not getting all this rain that's been coming through, you're going to have to spend a lot on watering it. Potatoes, if you've got good soil, will also handle themselves without a lot of work on your part either. But your general gourd veggies are your easiest by far veggies to grow. So squash, zucchini, butternut squash, all of those items are the simplest for having just a ton put up in your freezer. And beans probably would be the short list. You could go further. Tomatoes aren't a hard one either. Sometimes for us, tomatoes that randomly pop up because some child dropped a seed actually grow better than the ones we plant in the garden. So try tomatoes in random spots in your yard, and maybe that'll work just like for us. But that's where I would point you to. And don't forget to can things too. So for anyone that's about putting up veggies, it's not just about putting them up in the freezer. Canning tomatoes and cucumbers and pickling them and whatnot is a great way to get items up right now. So Heidi had a great tip for Procter & Gamble folks that were mentioning only being able to print one. She says a trick with the P&G printable coupons is to create multiple P&G accounts, and you'll be able to get your 2 prints per item. So the P&G coupons, if that's working for you, Heidi, that's great to know. It would mean that they're not necessarily using a cookie on your account. They're just using that login. So let's get a login for our husband, our dog, whatever it takes to be able to get more of those Tide coupons. Okay. Let's see. I found that you cannot print from a mobile device for the Procter & Gamble's. So Deanna, honestly, a lot of the coupon printing sites are not mobile friendly yet. Coupons.com is attempting with their phone number verification options, but they're really the only ones that are super mobile friendly, always going to print, or most of the time going to print. The other ones are not. So I wouldn't be too eager to do things on your phone on other sites. I would jump to the computer to do that. So Jennifer asked, why the Tampa area? I am not in the Tampa area. That's just where these come from. So SundayCouponInserts.com is from the Tampa area. I live in Columbia, South Carolina. My local paper is decent, but we definitely miss out on a number of the options that are there. Where is the best place for diapers and wipes this week? So Jenny, it's probably at Target this week or at Rite Aid. Rite Aid has a really good deal on Pampers this week. If you want to go Pampers, Target is offering a $25 Target gift card with any $100 purchase of diapers, wipes, or formula. And then we've got those $3 off Huggies coupons. So load up, grab 4 packs of like the big super packs of Huggies, take in those $3 off coupons, and grab one little tiny item because the Huggies diapers are, I think they're like $24.99 a pack. So you're going to be 4 pennies short. So grab something tiny in the food section or one little pack of wipes and it'll be right there. But you'll end up with that $3 off coupon getting those super packs of diapers for like 15 bucks, which is half price almost. After the gift card. So that's a pretty good deal to be grabbing if you don't mind the Huggies versus any other brand. Tawana, and also mentioning strawberries are coming in. Yes, this is the almost peak of strawberry season. We see berries. They're the first berry. They'll be followed by blueberries and blackberries next. They're our first fruits of the season versus our garden vegetables. So this is a great time for strawberries. Probably in another 2 to 3 weeks, we'll see strawberries less than $1 a pound at the farmer's market, and it's a great time to stock up and get them in the freezer. The rest of produce for May, we don't see there. We're towards the end of spring lettuces and items. We don't see a lot of our summer vegetables yet, though, so hold off before you grab anything too much. It's really late May, early June that we start to see our squash and our zucchinis and our tomatoes start to go super cheap. Right now, we're still in lettuce, cabbage season, some greens. Next will be our gourds. And then later in June is our beans and other items. A good way to kind of keep tabs on what's in season is to also follow the farmer's market. So a good website for that, and I'll stick this in the chat too, is so.svrs.com/market. And it is a daily market report by the USDA. So I'm sticking it in both places. If y'all give me just a second and you'll see it on the Facebook side too. But use that URL. It's a daily report from the USDA that tracks the federal farmers market in the Southeast, lets you see what's on sale today, and that's a great way of knowing what's in season today so that I know what to stock up on those items. So Deanna says, I'm having problems with Saving Star for months now. It seems to never catch my shopping from Harris Teeter. Is it possible that it's not linking because I gave them my phone number and I did not scan my actual Harris Teeter card? So Deanna, with Harris Teeter, and I don't have a Harris Teeter in my neck of the woods as to whether or not they are a card-linked store. I know that Kroger is not, and Kroger owns Harris Teeter. So some stores don't go by your card. You actually have to take a picture of your receipt, and that's how you submit your items. But there is a way to know what your card number, whether or not it's linked. So go in the app and click on Redeem, and you should see a list of stores that are there. See if Harris Teeter is one of them, and it's going to either have a card next to it or it's going to say with receipt. So it's going to tell you right then how you need to redeem. But you should be able to see in your account your Harris Teeter card number. And if it's not showing you that card number, then it's definitely not linked correctly. And I would check on that. If they are a card-linked store still, I would expect them to be changing. Kroger has a card, but does not use it with Saving Star because they view it as being against their privacy policy. So I kind of would see them pushing that to all of their stores, not just their main flagship stores. Let's see. So where are the best food deals this week? In terms of groceries, we're still seeing all of our normal buy one get one deals. For those of you who have Publixes nearby, they probably are winning on the buy one get one options. We do have a Target in-ad coupon for $5 off of $20 in Pepsi items, but that's not going to feed you very much. It's Pepsi, Starbucks, Lipton, some Quaker items. Not super fun. Kroger and their mega event is probably what's going to win for a lot of folks. It's a buy 4 and get $4 off instantly sale, and it is making for a good number of deals throughout the store. I really would kind of hunt and peck across the list based on who's in your neck of the woods. The Kroger mega event that's running right now is going to continue into next week for week 2. So you've still got a little bit of time to grab those deals, but it also means that you won't have any new deals. That's the frustrating part with a mega event when it stretches across 2 weeks. It's hit or miss based on what you want. The other thing to look for would be the item search and just start to go based specifically on what you need this week. But those would be kind of the top things. Is there a reason why they always choose Colgate for the free toothpaste? I've only gotten Crest free once when a $2 off coupon was issued. Heidi, it's really Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble loves their products, and they do not like to put them on sale very much. So those sales, those extra care buck deals and the Walgreens Register Rewards, they're really all paid for by the brand. So it's really Colgate running the promotion, not CVS running the promotion. And that's why. We're just not going to have as large of promotions with Procter & Gamble items as we are with other brands, just across the board on all their items. Let's see. Is it, okay. I think I'm almost, so Karen says, I did not receive my Sunday inserts in the mail today. Should I contact them? I'm new with this. So Karen, it depends on where you live and what option you chose. So if you get the 2 insert option with them, it comes first class mail. If you get the 4 insert option, which is this hunk here, it comes priority mail. So that could be the case. If you're brand new, it could be that you ordered and you're getting the first class mail that's going to come probably by Wednesday versus the priority mail, which will be there on Monday for most of us. And some of it could be where you live as well. Okay, I think I'm almost caught up here. So Jamie's asking, do I need to choose other papers besides the Augusta Chronicle? You could. Choose the state paper maybe. If you can find that in your area. The state paper is definitely bigger than the Augusta Chronicle. And you'll have a number of coupons in it as well if you wanted to just stay local. Okay. You guys are keeping me hopping. I love that you guys are always on here, Heidi. It's just date night for all of us. We'll just hang out every Monday night online. Let's see. Okay, is it worth it to do multiple transactions at Rite Aid? No. So with Rite Aid and Plenty Points, whatever I earn today, I cannot use until tomorrow. So as an example, if I went in today, this is pretend, and I grabbed Aveeno sunscreen and I earned 500 Plenty Points to buy this, they don't work until tomorrow. So I can't buy some Aveeno and then turn around and use those 500 points to buy something else. They won't activate until 6 a.m. tomorrow. So you might as well, with Rite Aid, put it all on the counter at the same time, earn all those points, and then use them next week when you come into the store. So those points don't expire for 2 years. You're good. Just hold on to them, earn them, and then hold on to them. The next time you come in the store, you've got a lot. You're not going to pay a dime, hopefully, for everything that you have. It's a great way. That first week you're going to have to pay for something, but the next weeks you won't, would be the goal. You would always have Plenty Points after that. Also remember that you can use Plenty Points in other places. So you don't have to necessarily even use them at Rite Aid, but I could turn around and use them all over the place. So the Savings Star going forward on the healthy offer. Erin, this would be where it would be helpful if I actually read all my emails. So I missed any change on that one. Let's see. I'll dig through and see updates starting in June. They're going to change. Instead of being available to everyone, you have to redeem 2 or more. So the reason for that is that their healthy offers are paid for by Saving Star, not paid for by a brand. It's like the Ibotta and the Checkout 51 offers that are any brand. Saving Star is not as big as Ibotta and Checkout 51. They could have been, but they really didn't play their cards right. They're much smaller. They have less offers than the other sites as well. So they're really trying to hold those healthy offers for the people who are using their system on a regular basis. So you're going to have to redeem 2 or more offers the month before to be able to get next month's healthy offers. Really, you're not even going to know that you didn't get them as to whether or not they show up. So that's kind of what the change is. Thought-wise, it's kind of a bummer. It makes my job hard because I'm going to tell you cabbage is out there and you're going to think I'm lying to you. But we'll see. It's one of those where I kind of expect when they do things like that it's a test. Let's test the waters, and hopefully they'll change back. And I would complain if I were you. I'd kind of give them your 2 cents about what you think about that. Maybe 1 month they have horrible offers, and that means you're not going to get any offers the next month. That would be kind of a bummer in terms of how they're running things. So April, it really depends on wherever you're grabbing your inserts from. There are lots of places that sell them. You do not have to go through SundayCouponInserts.com. I would definitely say wherever you want to grab yours from is fine. And there's a lot of different places. When using Saving Star or Checkout 51, do you have to highlight those specific items you buy or just take a picture of the whole receipt period? So, Janie, you got to take a picture of the whole receipt. They want the top all the way to the bottom to prove what day you bought it, where you bought it, and the fact that you fully checked out on that receipt. But they're going to help you. They're going to show you where you cut off to help you line up the next one and help you line up the next one. It won't be that tricky once you get the hang of it, I promise. The Rite Aid deals, even this week, don't seem as good as CVS deals on a regular basis. So, Michelle, I would kind of agree there. CVS's program has been around the longest. They definitely have more pull when it comes to the brands. Plus, pairing in the CVS store coupons, just in general, they tend to make better deals. Rite Aid does have a good week this week they're not necessarily free items, but very good prices with their Plenty birthday ad that they're running. So it's a week to look at, but CVS is still going to win. I'm headed to CVS this week. I was already headed for Cetaphil face wash, and then I pulled up my CVS app, and I have a $5 off Cetaphil store coupon. So no complaints whatsoever. We have $3 off Cetaphil printables. I am there. They had me the minute they showed me the coupon, basically. Let's see. Which apps are the best? There are so many, and it's overwhelming. I don't have time to do them all, and I end up not knowing which ones to choose. So, Jenny, across the 3 major apps, I would say Saving Star, Checkout 51, and Ibotta are the top 3 to go for. Saving Star, Ibotta, Checkout 51. If you can't handle even those 3, then Checkout 51 and Ibotta would be the 2 that I would go through. I wouldn't really deal with any of the others. They all have a threshold. That's the tricky part. They're all going to make you have $20 saved up to be able to get it out. So the more apps that we use, the more the likelihood is that you're even going to forget that you're using them, and you're never going to hit your threshold with any of them. So that's really why I would tell you, let's just tone it down, and let's just focus on those 3. It's going to be a lot easier for you to do by far. Okay, so yesterday I found a not coupon in the Procter & Gamble. Yes, and we already kind of hit this one earlier. This is where Procter & Gamble's going with their Tide coupons. And guys, honestly, one of the big reasons for that is that Tide is the largest product for Procter & Gamble. It's their bread and butter. So they know you're going to keep buying it. Whether you have a coupon or not, they are just certain that you will keep buying it. So prove to them that that's not the case. Grab the all at Kroger this week and the dollar Arm & Hammer that we've seen recently in CVS, and kind of ignore them until they give you your coupons back. That's really the route that I would tell folks to go. Let's see. Does everyone order Sunday papers? I'm in Naples and there aren't that many inserts. So, Dawn, you could totally skip the Sunday inserts if you want to, but just because it comes out in the paper does not mean it's available to print. And that's the tricky part, is that skipping the inserts does mean that you're going to skip out on some that aren't available at all in other places. You can order them from online, and that might be the route to go for you in South Florida. The big one being that no one in South Florida gets these guys. Y'all don't get the red plum. So ordering online from other places gets you the red plum from other cities, and that is probably what you would want to do. What's the best time to purchase a mattress and bedding? So mattresses in general, I would always point you to a 3-day weekend. And since we have one of those in May, just to hit everything I want you to wait for to the end of the month, someone emailed me recently on appliances too. So all of our big ticket items, mattresses, TVs, appliances, always try to wait for a 3-day weekend. Wait for Memorial Day if you can. And then once you decide where you're going to go, if you're going to buy your mattress from a big store, so you're going to go Sam's Club, or you're going to go more local, they're all going to have sales on those 3-day weekends. But the big stores, if you do go to Sam's Club or some of the other big box stores like that, grab gift cards at a discount from grocery stores. You can even get some online from like Raise.com, so that we're saving a little bit on the gift card, and then we're going to head in and grab the deal on whatever it is that we've chosen. But that would be the big one for mattresses. Bedding items a lot of times tend to be in the spring, so sheets we see with kind of like the spring cleaning type thing, but we do see them on sale around Mother's Day, so we're right here in that little window. I personally do not want a set of sheets for Mother's Day, but maybe you do. But that would be the place to look. Favorite places to check online. It seems silly, but we actually just got 2 sets of sheets from Wayfair.com. They will put them on sale from time to time where they're crazy cheap. So we got a set of high thread count king sheets for $20 from Wayfair. So just keep your eyes out for deals. Overstock also will have some good prices on sheets, and Kohl's. Kohl's is one of my go-to for any types of linens when they are running Kohl's cashback and you've got a 20% or even a 30% off coupon code. So that also tends to correspond with 3-day weekends. It's just across the board one of the best places or best times to grab anything big. Okay, so to catch up, Barbara says, is there any good deals on Fitbits? So Barbara, I don't know if you'll be able to catch this in your store, but I've had a lot of folks that have emailed me today that Target has Fitbits on sale up to 70% off. This is totally going to be hit or miss. I would call your store before you even get in the car and go. But they've had some that are as low as $20. It's totally worth checking out though. So that's local Targets. It is not online. And it's all the different types of Fitbits, but they're all on clearance. Really, really high value. Other stores, I haven't seen any incredible prices on them, but I would expect to in the next week or so. That's a big Mother's Day item. It doesn't seem like it, but there are a lot of moms that are going to ask for it. So I would keep an eye out. Kohl's, you're not going to be able to use a coupon code on them, so I wouldn't necessarily head to Kohl's, but I would keep an eye out on like Best Buy, Target's website, possibly on Amazon. They've never had the lowest price of all the other sites, but Target and Best Buy tend to on their website whenever we see deals. Are they doing away completely with Procter & Gamble inserts? They are not. Procter & Gamble would love to, because then they wouldn't have to pay the printing costs. Right now, it's just the Tide coupons, because they know that you love your Tide, and they know that you will go online to print your coupon. And they want you to get comfortable with that. That's their goal, because not only do you have to go online to print your coupon, but you have to give them your email to do it. So now they have a way to contact you. They've basically used their Tide coupon to increase their mailing list. They're very smart about this. That's really what they're trying to do. But they're not going to completely do away with the inserts as a whole, I promise. So Don't Stay Hurry says, I'm excited for back to school deals. So you guys, mark it on your calendar. It is the first full week in July is back to school season. It's almost here. Even though summer hasn't even started yet, seems a little crazy. But that is the time that it's all going to get going. Let's see. I want to know my question percent from CVS. My coupon and percent off from CVS comes in the mail. Can I use a manufacturer's coupon with that coupon? Yes, you can, Lisa. So any CVS store coupon can always be used with a manufacturer's coupon. So I just mentioned CVS very kindly gave me a $5 off Cetaphil coupon. I can use that $5 off Cetaphil coupon with $3 off manufacturers, and it's on sale this week that when you buy $20, you get a $7 extra care buck back. So my plan is to head in and buy 3 face washes, use 3 $3 off coupons, which also happened to be in the Sunday paper this past weekend. So we've got them in the paper or printables. 3 $3 off coupons and the CVS $5 off coupon. Total due, that's $14 worth of coupons, and I'm only going to buy $22 worth of Cetaphil. So after all of that, the total due is $8 for Cetaphil, and I get back a $7 extra care buck. That's pretty fun in the end. I will pay $1 for 3 Cetaphil face washes, which are normally like, $7.50, $8 a piece. So you can totally use CVS store coupons with manufacturer's coupons, the percent offs, the total off your purchases, or specific items. So Diego says, I've noticed that Anna, so I noticed Las Vegas coupons are not in your database. So the database for Southern Savers, again, is completely done by volunteers. It's folks that live in an area and say, hey, I'll send in those variations. If you would like them for your city, you can totally email me and we can put them in. I'll tell you how to do it, but it is a volunteer basis where every week you're going to go through and you're going to color a list that I send you. So you're going to say black means I have it, red means I don't have it, or maybe the value is different and you're going to change it. So hopefully that helps. So is coffee on sale anywhere? We do have a number of coffee sales. This is where I would point Peggy to the item search that is on Southern Savers. So it's part of the app or part of the main right-hand sidebar of the site. Just type in the word coffee and you're going to see all the deals that will pop up. Coffee is a tricky one because I don't know what your favorite brands are, but we've got a lot of them. So you can get chock full of nuts as low as $2.50 a piece. You can get Starbucks for $5. That's all at Publix. Kroger's got a number of K-Cup offers that are all in the $5 range. Really just depends on what you're wanting to grab. In our house, my husband's a coffee snob and tends to roast his own, but everybody has their own preferences with things. So that's really where I would point you. Use that item search. Again, it's part of the Southern Savers app, the mobile site, or right on the main homepage on the right-hand side. And Maria, I'm totally cool with putting Pittsburgh in there too. We are Southern Savers, so it's as we start to stretch out and put in newspapers from all over, it doesn't necessarily mean I can cover all your grocery stores because it's a lot of work for someone to cover a whole bunch of stores already. But we can totally put your inserts in there. That would then make them match up with CVS and Target and whatnot. It's just on a volunteer basis. So if you're up for it, email me, jenny@southernsavers.com, and I will tell you how. Anywhere that there seems to be better deals on gluten-free items. I will tell you some of the best deals we see, gluten-free and organic, Crystal. So kind of to lump those together is at Kroger. Kroger's done a really good job of being kind of a big competitor to Whole Foods, pulling all those items to a specific section of the store. We have a lot of coupons that pair in with those, and then you can turn around and be set to save. They also put those items, gluten-free and organic, as part of the Kroger Mega events. If you don't have a Kroger near you, other places for gluten-free that are inexpensive, Aldi has added some as their line. Trader Joe's also has some, or I would shop online. So Jet.com offers all of your gluten-free flours, and they're currently offering 20% off of your first orders of grocery items. So you should take advantage of that one and just kind of go crazy on some of your favorite gluten-free items and just have them shipped directly to you. You'll save a lot more on that one. Heidi with the Post and Courier, yes, I do. It's a regular person. It's fully covered. So you shouldn't have any issues with the Post and Courier matching in with your shopping list. So hopefully you're good to go. Okay. Let's see. So Shanna, sorry, the app that is not giving healthy offers unless you purchase 2 products was Saving Star. So Saving Star in general is the one that's making that switch starting in June. So you still have another month. That would be the route to go. If you want to get those offers, you want to shop and get 2 offers in May so that you would be able to take advantage of those healthy offers come June. So the Publix list, someone's asking good deals at Publix. The new Publix list is already up. That starts on Wednesday or Thursday in other areas. As usual, they have a ton of buy one, get ones. We've got a lot of Mexican food on sale everywhere this week. So we should just all eat tacos because it is Cinco de Mayo week. There are some good deals to grab. I don't know that it's an amazing week. I don't know that I would get, crazy excited about specific things. But we do have some cheap enchilada sauce, cheap baby food. Purex is pretty cheap with a $2 off printable that we have right now. So another reason to kind of give up on our Tide. But you can check out the Publix top deals list if you want. And I'll stick that in the chats too. So that top deals list, the full list is already up, but the top deals list kind of pulls out just the top items that I would go ahead and grab this coming week if you were wanting to just get a look at just the best items. Gotcha. So Heidi, that is very sweet of you to volunteer, but Post and Courier we've got handled. If anyone else wants to volunteer for other cities, though, we'll totally take it. So I think as a whole, just to recap in my brain, items to buy grocery-wise, it's going to be grilling. Lots of canned goods too, guys. We're going to see not only really good deals on these, but we've got great coupons for Bush's in general. And Bush's canned beans are going on sale all over the place right now. So look for more really cheap beans in the next few weeks. That would be great, Heidi. Which city would I like covered? Let's see. We'll see where we'll send you next to be a volunteer for that city. Other places or other things to look for, grilling meats. Some of our produce items are already coming on sale for the summer, but most are not, so don't go crazy yet on fresh produce. Berries, as one person was mentioning, though, are right there for strawberries. Other things to look for, condiments are very good prices, and then let's start going personal care. So it's time to start grabbing your bug spray and your sunscreen for the summer. It's time to start getting, shampoos and conditioners are all super cheap right now too. Big ticket items, any big ticket item, wait till the end of the month, but don't wait past that, guys. So if there's a big ticket item that you want, there will be no deals in June. So Memorial Day weekend really is your moment for a big ticket item at the very end of May. Don't go to June. There are no 3-day weekends in June. The next big 3-day weekend is going to be July 4th. So you're going to have a long stretch there if there's something that you specifically need. If you're wanting summer items like grills and whatnot, you've kind of missed your mark. Those items we really want to get in the fall. So I'm mentioning grilling foods, but not grills. We won't see super great deals on grills until the fall. So if you can make the grill that you currently have, make it one more season, I would encourage you to do that, and then let's look at replacing it in the fall if you're in that boat too. So we'll go ahead and call it there. Everyone asked for store specific. So next week we're going to talk how to save specifically at Walmart and at Target. and then we'll go through some grocery stores one by one in weeks after that. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk with you next week. If you've got any questions between now and then, you can always send me an email, Jenny, Jenny, @southernsavers.com, or a Facebook message works just as well. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week.